And so I had to get that out of the way. Anyway, yeah, this is my second live. I'm so excited. I was just like, okay, I got to get something up for you guys. And so I just need to go ahead and go live because that is the easiest way to do that. So here I am. And what I have for you today are some paint markers. That is like my new little thrill, my new medium. And I have some little black pieces of cardstock. And what I've been just kind of instinctively doing these days is writing out these cute little messages. I'll show you an example of one before I get started. Um, let's see. Like I worked on this one yesterday. Yeah, and it's just really fun and easy to do these. You just write a little message out and then you kind of build on that first step. So the message that I'm going to write out today is just an easy one. We'll just oops, do an easy one. Queen. Hopefully I have enough room for all the letters. Queen. Yeah, sometimes it can be a little off center. Queen. Home. And I don't know why I picked this color, but it's not a bad color. Queen, home, girl. Okay, so we're just going to build this on up and make it look pretty. I tried to, I don't know, just basically like make a rainbow. So this color looks good to me. And this is just something that anybody can do. And that's what I like about my projects is that they're projects that anyone can do. You don't have to be like a good artist to do little crafts, but it can make your day. It can just be like really a fun thing to do. And that's what we need sometimes in our day. It's just something fun. We need to keep the vibe up. We have a lot of responsibilities and some stress. And so it's just good um to just have some fun in our day. Let's see, that's a little bit. Oh, look at that. I have some visitors. Hi. I think last time I didn't really have that many. So this time it's nice to see some people here. Thank you. Thanks for being 20 people. Yay. And I got a thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you. That's really nice. Yeah, so um yeah, paint markers. Oh my goodness. They kind of all my art mediums and supplies just like kind of creep in slowly. It is like super interesting watching how it evolves because like I never thought that I was going to be a paint marker person because I went to art school and I was a painting major and I was just into real painting. But after you have kids, you can't really set your stuff up the way you would like. And so paint markers are just a great way of kind of like discreetly doing your projects because also one of the things that happens is that when the kids see you doing something, then they want to do it too. And then they want to get all in your stuff. But if you can do it a little bit discreetly or when they're not around, then then you can kind of do your thing. So that's what I've just found that paint markers were a good solution to me wanting to paint, but not like set up all of my painting supplies. So yeah, so this is like the first layer. And I usually like to leave red for the end because that's just like such a bold color. Let's see. Let's go for, I really like this one. Although it's kind of going back and forth now. Yeah, this is good though. So, The next one, the next layer, we're gonna just do this. And this is a good like final color to use too. It's just I really love these Sharpie um paint markers. I was so excited to find that Sharpie made some because you know that's just like such a brand I feel like people can count on. I think anybody that ever grabs a Sharpie just knows that they're gonna have a good, strong, solid product. So I was really glad. But yeah, so we actually ended up having like a paint marker Christmas because the kids, you know, they were into my stuff, like I was saying. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to get you your own stuff. And then that way, you're not all in mine. And like these Sharpie ones are pretty affordable, but some of the other ones, like the um, Molotov and Posca, those are a little bit more expensive. So I was like, here, let me let you guys use this like I don't want to say like generic, but you know, just not top of the line stuff and then leave my stuff alone. But these days I've been really using I've been using these generic brands. And what I found is that they started like trending on TikTok. Like I was that's what really caught my eye. I was like, "Oh my goodness." And then once it trends on TikTok, then the stores start carrying them. And I think they didn't carry them for a while because what I did notice when I went out there to get paint markers is that the packages would be broken into. And I'm like, and I've been to the art supply before and trying to pick out paint markers, and then they'll be like, "Oh, we need to hold this at the front for you." I'm like, "Y'all, come on, some markers," but I guess they are like in high demand. So let's see, put a little bit here. So yeah, paint markers started trending. You can find them at Ross. You can find them at Didi's. And see, I wouldn't even want to tell you, but you know, but I bought all the paint markers from all the way up north to like all the way headed down. I don't even want to tell you. It's just like, oh my gosh, I went everywhere and just got all the paint markers because I was trying to like get the same set for my girls. I wanted them to have the same ones and, you know, so that they could open their Christmas presents together and have, and they just have this really beautiful set that I had found that was like packaged really nicely. But in the process of looking for that, two of those at the last minute, like 2 days before Christmas, um, I ran into a whole bunch of other paint markers that were packaged, you know, different brands and whatever. And I just bought them all. And it was just kind of like, I don't know, it was kind of like um, a special time for me because I just, I don't know, like, been kind of having a lot of transition going on. And sometimes, like, buying art supplies or just retail therapy in general is just a way for me to um I don't know, just like enjoy my day. so so yeah, you know, kind of had a very eventful year. So I was like, you know what, let me just shop and find art supplies and get Christmas presents and you know, and just really you know, just enjoy my time out. So that's what I did. And I, like I said, I found all the paint markers in the world. Let's see. Okay, so that's Queen Homegirl. And you know what? Sometimes I like to do one. Well, it kind of looks that I guess that is usually where I would stop. But sometimes I like to do one more layer around everything and just kind of um link everything together like, you know, with one border that goes around everything. But that kind of did just happen. So anyway, so we'll do one more before I and this is turning out to be kind of a long live. Okay. So I will do we'll start with a nice bright color. Let's see. All right, so one other thing that I really like that anybody who knows me knows that I'm into is Gucci. so, so I'll make one that says Gucci girl, and I made one of those like yesterday, but in my little dream fantasy world, I'm the brand ambassador for Gucci. So, sometimes you just have to manifest those things. So yeah, so I like to start there, and then let's see, what color could we go with after that? I think probably like a nice bright blue. That nice blue that we had and that we started with last time. Let's see. All right, so yeah, so we just started over, and we'll make two of these today, and then I will be out of your hair. But yeah, I mean, that's what I like about this is that anybody can do it. It's super easy. And like I said, you can find these paint markers at everywhere these days. I mean, like I said, Sharpie has a brand, so Sharpie is everywhere. So those are on like all the major retail stores. And then of course like at Michael's, but they are cheaper at other retail stores. But yeah, like they don't even have to be like what brand is this? This is King Art. Like, yeah, this is a really good brand that works well. And then of course the other thing is black paper. Now this paper I got um when I used to get these little packages of scrap paper from Michael's. Um, and they stopped selling them, but I do notice that like Hobby Lobby sells them, but these were just like so perfect. And then of course you can also get little card, card paper from Paper Source. That's another place you can find them. Let's see. Let's go for I kind of use the same colors. Uh, let's do pink. Let's do pink. Can't go wrong with that. Okay. All right. So yeah, so this is just fun. This is just like a fun thing to do. And these days with just I don't know, the country and the world being in such turmoil. We really need to do whatever we can think of to just kind of have some normalcy in our lives, because it's just like, yeah, the struggle is real out here. The struggle is real, and things are not the best. Prices are high, and these are not that expensive either. That's the thing that I really appreciated about um paint marker shopping, is that the prices were good. But that's the thing that's like a little bit, a little bit, you know, a little bit, I don't want to say deceptive, but it's just like you think you're not spending that much, but if you buy a lot, of different packages, then you end up spending more than you may have planned. So, all right, so that's looking good. And now let me see. Let me find like a really big one to do. And I usually do it with the red, but let's go green, I think. Or look at this little sea foam. And I love these. I love these bullet point ones. These are super good. But I don't think I want that color. Let's see. All right, I think we're just gonna go red. Even though that, yeah, I think we're just gonna go red. And they get mixed up. I had like a big thick red one, but now I don't see it. So, oh, Yeah, no, maybe not red. Okay, so let's, I know it gotta be ready, huh? Gotta be ready. If you, what they say, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. But it's like I have such a big selection here, so I just, okay, we'll go green because I think that's kind of like on theme. And I'm kind of tempted to, there's two sides to these. There's like a big one, but I like to use the small one because you have more control with the small one than the big one. And the small one actually can come off a little bit bigger than it looks. So we'll just do one more layer. And it is good to leave some of the black showing. I think that does help. Um, Kind of give it a little bit of, let's see, is it even like readable still? Okay. And then like I do try to connect these a little bit. That's why I think I might end up doing like one more layer, but it just might be so much that it might be hard to read. And that's not what you want. That's when you've gone too far. But if you use a really bright color at the base, like for the first round, the first, when you first write, then it should stand out. Gucci girl, I think that's enough. You know, sometimes you got to say that's enough. Anyway, all right. Well, thank you for joining my live. That was kind of longer than my videos usually are. Next time I'll try to make it a little shorter, but you know, I just wanted to give you something fun to watch. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.